What's up, traders? Hope you had a great trading day. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is AJ on Day Trader Boomer Bust. Let's jump right into it and start with my watch list for the day. I post this watch list on my Twitter every morning by 9:15 a.m. As you can see, I had on my primary watch list, I had Workhorse, WKHS, and Space, SPCE, both on continuation moves. They've been pretty volatile the last couple days. I also had Uber on my primary, and that was trading on some news. Had News Catalyst. And then on my secondary, I was also watching DKNG, Fubo, and AMC, all as continuations. There's been a lot of, as I mentioned yesterday, a lot of stocks on the gappers list, but it's been a little difficult to kind of single out which ones to focus on for the day. Fortunately, I have found that there are definitely opportunities on at least one or two of the stocks on my watch list every single day. So, and I hope I show that through these recap videos. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna, as far as my trades go, I'm gonna start with what I call a Romo trade in the chat room that I'm part of. Because Romo is, I guess it's a twist on FOMO. It's a regret of missing out trade. And that was on Workhorse because this was on my watch list and I totally missed out on this move. I know you can't really see this, so let me zoom in a bit here. But as the first trading strategy I have for the day is normally an ORB, opening range breakout, either a 1 minute, 2 minute, or 5 minute. And this one worked out to be an awesome 1 minute opening range breakout. So let me zoom in a little further here. As you can see here, this is the 1 minute chart, and it gapped up right at the open, but then sold off. And if I was playing this, I would have got in at the break of this initial 1 minute candle here, went short, probably with the stop loss of the top of this candle, or even the top of this one if I wanted to really be conservative. And as you can see, if I got in at the bottom of that candle, this would have been easily a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 arm move just on this initial push down. It consolidated in this area here and it went down even further. And it just continued to sell off. Now it did at this level down over here. It kind of held there for the rest of the day. Looks like it took a bit of a further drop down over here, but it just it never would have tested if I went short. If I went short here and then just put my stop loss at break even, it never would have tested that for the day. So I definitely, and I saw this kind of happening. I was focused a little bit more on DKNG, which you'll see in a second. And unfortunately, I missed this move. But when I talk about an ORB, this is a perfect example of what you're looking for, either to the downside or the upside. All right, let's talk about DKNG. So it was an up and down trading day for me. I ended up getting a little bit hyper focused on DKNG because I was sure it was going to move up for the day, which it did kind of. When I say kind of, I got chopped up on DKNG, and let me explain what that is, as opposed to what you saw on Workhorse there, where it was a nice continuous move down. Here, when you get chopped up, what you have is you have price action and candles that overlap each other. So even though this went up, and had some volatility, you can see a lot of these candles, a lot of consolidations, and here, big green candle up, big red candle down, another big green candle up. And it makes it very difficult for my trading style to be able to catch and hold a move, because what happens is this almost ends up, it feels like it hunts out your stop loss. So I got chopped out on this, and I was red for the day after all these trades, and if I let me just pull up a 5 minute chart here. If you pull up a 5 minute chart, what happened on DKNG here for me is what I kind of call, I Christmas treed this. So as you can see, all of these all of these arrows, they're almost like Christmas lights on a Christmas tree. Trades, tons of different trades. So it was definitely tough. So some of these were good trades, some of them were not. I got caught trading in the range, which you never want to do. And I also probably did some revenge trading here because I would have got stopped out on some of these up and down candles. So the chop on the 5 minute chart kind of looks like this. You can see these huge wicks, very small bodies, wick up here, like the high and low of this candle. Here's the high. This is the low of this candle, huge wicks. And, you can see I just got chopped up. You can see all these trades here stopped out. To add insult to injury, I also feel as though there was a bit of a delay in my DOS and my trading platform. So I was getting some really bad fills, like literally, I think one or two of these I had, like there was 20-30 cent slippage, and which, totally messed up the trade. It was unfortunate. So by the time I recovered from that, I was already behind the 8 ball. And like I said, I ended up over trading this a little bit, and was red for the day. Let me just show you. You can see, let's zoom in a little bit more. First trade, I went long here at, I thought this would break up, make a move up. It obviously chopped out a little bit here, but I thought it would break up, but came right back down, got stopped out over here. Let me see if my Epic Pen works today. So I got stopped out, went long here, stopped out here. Then when it broke this level here, this is the S1 pivot, and you can see the bottoms of these wicks. I went short here, but this is one of those bad fills that I thought I was supposed to get short up here, but I got a bad fill over here. Big wick. I probably held on to this when I saw this hammer. I probably should have got out, but I ended up taking a big, full loss there. And then I got another. So once it broke up above this level here, I went long. And unfortunately, this horrible fill, look at that. And so I'm also doing another big no-no, which is going long, going short, going long. Never going to be a good situation. Anyway, so you can see this chop really bad. I eventually, I took a long here after a couple more losses there and finally got a move. So I took a partial here, and an all-out partial up here. So that was a great move. That kind of, I think that put me back in the green for the day after all this mess out here. So then, let's see here, I'm trying to remember what went on over here. Looks like I went long here. Oh, sorry. Looks like I went long here, got stopped out. I was probably revenge trading at this point. Anyways, the bottom line is this definitely didn't work out for me. I think I actually took like 11 different trades and was red for the day. Just trying to see. I did have a big winning trade. My last trade on DKNG was a winning trade, but it was just to kind of dig me out. So you can see here, I know it's difficult to see. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. So I went long here, got a partial up here, and then look at, like, this was almost over, at least this was over 2R. And normally, so obviously I brought my stop loss to break even and it came all the way back down. And this is what I talk about. It definitely wasn't a clean trend in one direction. And then after that, I just move this over here. Sorry. All right, so let me just move this over. I did catch a nice short here. So I went short here, and then this was 2R. I managed to get partial there, another partial here just before this pivot point, and then another partial here. And I didn't wait for break even to get all out. I took one final all out as it broke this level here. I didn't wait for it to get up, and that was a pretty decent trade. And at that point, I figured that I was I was still red for the day, but I figured, you know what, I had already overtraded, taken, like I said, about 11 trades, and I said, let's call it a trading day there. But I did still watch the markets, and although I guess in a way this is kind of breaking the rules, I do at times, if there's a catalyst that comes in, I will take some additional trades. So I did take a couple of additional trades later in the day. There was some news that came in on the pot stocks and the cannabis stocks, which got them all moving. Let me just give you an idea of what I'm talking about. I guess ACB was a good example of this. You can see, like, take a look at this. The pot stocks were already moving up. It was consolidating in this range over here, but the news event that I was talking about came at around 12:30, around this time here, and you can see this huge pop up on ACB, and I started watching all the pot stocks at that point to see if I could catch one of these moves. I did take one trade on ECB, which was a loser, and that was in this area over here. I actually played it after this upside down hammer. I thought that after it broke this level, it might actually have a retracement. So I went short over here, but it came back up, and I got stopped out over here. So that trade didn't work out, but I did take a couple of successful trades on Tilray, TLRY. So I felt I didn't want to chase the move up, so I was just looking for opportunities on quick scalp pullbacks, and I did manage to get a couple of those. So this was the first one on Tilray. After this hammer here on big volume over here, I went short at the break below this hammer, and then I managed to get a couple of really solid partials, and I held on. I thought, this might, we could have a chance if it breaks this level to pull all the way back down to VWAP. Unfortunately, it didn't. Definitely wasn't done its move, and I didn't really expect it to be done its move at this point, but I thought I might be able to get a little bit more here. I was down to about 10% anyways, and I got stopped out at break even, but that was a solid 2R return on that trade for sure. And then I kept watching, and that trade there put me back in the green for the day, so that was positive. I kept watching the pot stocks for more opportunities. You can see this made a really strong move up, and what I did catch was there was some heavy. There were a lot of asks at the 23 level, so I didn't want to take any trades until I saw this stock interact with the 23 at the $23 level, where there were a lot of asks, and I wanted to see what it would do. And I was going to play what one of the moderators in the Bear Bull Traders chat room calls the Pearson fail strategy, and I was looking for that. So at this 23 level here, it broke above that and it moved up strong. So I actually didn't think it was going to have a big retracement, but as you can see, it threw this indecision slash hammer candle over here on high volume, right here, sorry. So this was the this first candle, and then this was high volume upside down hammer. I got in prematurely on this, as you can see, because normally what I would have done, or what I should do, is let this hammer form and then wait for the break below this hammer. As you can see, I got in early, but I gave myself a wide stop. I put my stop at the top of this candle, and if it didn't work out, I was definitely going to be done for the day. But as you can see, it did kind of break up, but then it did eventually sell off. If I had been if I played this properly, I actually would have gotten at the low, on this candle here as it broke down. And then I still would have caught the move. But I didn't. I was there. I was fortunate. It came back down, got a nice partial here at 2R, another partial here. And then I held on because I thought it could break below this VPOC value level here. And it did. When it made this candle, I got out all out over here. I was going to kind of wait for it to interact with this 100 SMA, but I felt I got 3R, I think, from this move. So I was really happy with that, and I was comfortably in the green for the day. And I thought, you know what, that's cool. I will call it a day there. So those were all my trades. This was my P&L for the day. So as you can see, really bad on that DKNG. This was DKNG long. This was DKNG short. This was that ACB loss. And then those two trades on Tilray, again, a nice return on those two trades. I ended up 1.2R for the day. And at the end of the day, it's I have mixed feelings, but overall I'm happy about the day. Mixed feelings because, like I said, I did overtrade a bit, but I am happy that I was I was able to take advantage of the opportunity that presented itself with the pot stocks, and the trades I did take on that were very disciplined. I waited for strong indicators for those pullback and reversals, and I was very happy with the result of that. So anyways, that's it. That's all for the day. Thanks so much for hanging out with me again. Thanks so much for tuning into my videos. If you think somebody else would benefit from watching my vids, please let them know. And that's it. That's all. Plan your trades, trade your plan. Have an awesome evening. I'm AJ on Day Trader Boomer Bust. Catch you on my next recap. Cheers.